summit in Japan's Hiroshima. These are fresh visuals now coming in of top global leaders in attendance at the G7. You can see the Prime Minister there with the premiers of Japan, US and Australia. This is in fact the Quad meeting on the sidelines of the G7 as well. India, Japan, Australia and America. Remember, the Quad is an important grouping for India, especially given the current climate with belligerence from the Chinese. And there is an understanding of sorts, of course, amongst all of these Quad leaders about the safety and security of the Indo-Pacific region. So you've got the premiers of the Quad countries now meeting on the sidelines of the G7 meet. And it will be interesting to see what comes out, because all of the leaders are meeting in person. There are pressing issues, of course, not just global security and safety in the context of the Russia-Ukraine war, but there are specific concerns as far as the Indo-Pacific region is concerned. And India would be, of course, taking those concerns onto the Quad table as well. The Australian, Japanese, American and Indian premiers there holding talks on the sidelines of the G7 summit. This G7 summit also has seen bilaterals by the Indian Prime Minister with his Japanese counterpart Kishida, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, and talks have focused on strengthening bilateral ties between all countries. The Prime Minister also met German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. He also had bilateral talks with the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who's made an appearance at this G7 summit. My colleague Abhishek Jha is also joining us. Abhishek, the Quad leaders now holding a discussion. Tell us of what is mostly on agenda this time as far as this Quad meeting is concerned.
This is a very important Quad meeting that is happening, and the four leaders who were scheduled to meet in Sydney are meeting in Hiroshima on the sidelines of G7 meeting. The major agenda for this meeting is on cooperation on secure digital technology, submarine cables, infrastructure capacity building, and maritime domain awareness. So when we talk Quad, essentially we also have to keep in mind the growing economic prowess of China and its strategic and defense architecture that it has created in and around South China Sea, which is acting like an aggressor.
All right, Abhishek, let's just listen into